Sari. I want to know how long did Sari leave that food in the oven for? This gonna be in just another minute or two, friends. Hold on. Alrighty, now let's. Hello, we are here. It is all here. Everything has arrived. There's nothing else. I am here. You are here. We are here. And so is the baby. Although this is the largest baby I've ever seen in my life. Because when. Wait, hold on. I considered showing you, but my room's a mess. Everything that is not within view is a mess. Let's see. Yes. Yes, we do. And the PS5 is even connected to it and everything. Only thing was I had to go out and buy a new table for this. Because I had bought a computer desk just thinking, it might be large enough. Like, Malice and I were sitting on Discord. Literally, she could just hear me with the tape measure being like, alright, alright, okay, I think it's gonna fit. Ah. But then, it finally arrived, and as soon as I saw the box, I was just like, this is a little large. This is much larger than I thought it was going to be. I keep looking that way because this is where the freaking thing is now set up. But the camera's here. Well, no, I now have two monitors, so I now have all of the streaming stuff on one side, and the game and the camera's here. So I should be looking here now. That's gonna take some getting used to, because everything I need is over there. Then the game's here, and y'all are here. But everything else is here. I want to stare into your soul. Hello. Oh man. Also, I've never used a console on an actual computer, like at a desktop before. So this is just a new experience all in general. But we are here. We get to just. Yes. But also, this microphone, the nice thing is I don't have to be like as close up on the microphone for y'all to hear me, which is a really good thing. But with that being said, this microphone is super sensitive and picks up everything. So now, what's going to happen is all those times I mentioned where y'all can hear the sounds of New York and y'all actually weren't hearing the sounds of New York, that was just me hearing things be repeated on my end. But now y'all will definitely hear the sounds of New York, because if it can pick up my voice from this far away, because y'all can't see the mic is not on the camera. So if the microphone can pick up my voice from this far away, I can only imagine what it's going to pick up in about another week or so when the weather gets warmer and everyone is outside with their stereos and with their barbecues. Okay? So let me just do a quick resizing here y'all can even hear my mouse clicks. And at some point in the future, when we do play League and Repo, that means y'all gonna be hearing all of my furious clicks. I am glad that the sound is much better. That is perfect. Oh, wait, why are we starting here? Yes, that is correct. Wait, did I last save here? Did I not save before this? No. Okay. Okay, we're all good. This is after the fact. Alright, so what needs to happen now is, I believe we have acquired Withers. Withers has joined us. Now we should, as soon as I stop running into freaking entangled plants. Now we should make our way towards the Druid Grove. Now that we have Withers. How are we doing on spells? Okay, I'm good. I still have 2 spell slots. You only got 3. You're good on superiority dice. Alright. We're all relatively okay. I was a part of, like, I didn't want to say, well, hello, did it sound smooth before? Well, no, it did not, but I imagine it sounds so much smoother now. Anyway. But yeah, when we were waiting for this to come in, when I had told you all that this was coming in, I was just like, I did not want to say too much, because as soon as if I said too much, that's when the problems would all begin. And then problem number 1 did happen, where problem number 1 was the microphone. The computer desk came in no problem. The computer desk got in maybe like a whole week or 2 ahead of time. It was the first thing here. The microphone arrived second. And we had some fun with the microphone, because I get a message from Amazon being on like, hey, your microphone's arriving early, which was great because I thought it was going to get in later on that evening when I had to when I would be at work. And so then it would just be sitting there on the ground until like my mom or someone else picked it up, or I got back home. So then I'm sitting there waiting for the microphone to arrive. Amazon's telling me like, yeah, it's on its way. I see the Amazon woman get off the elevator onto my floor, and she's walking around like dropping off packages. And I was like, awesome, cool. One of those packages has to be mine. She then just drops off 2 packages, one at the neighbor across from me, and one at my other neighbor who is down the other end of the hall. And then she leaves. No package for my door. And so then, luckily for me, my other 2 neighbors came out almost immediately to pick up their stuff. And they look at their packages and they're like, this isn't mine. My other neighbor, same exact thing. They're like, this is also not mine. And I'm like, okay, one of those packages might be mine then. So I go up to one of my neighbors because they had a package that was small enough that could look like a microphone. I went up to one of them and they're just like, hey, do you know who that's for? And she goes, well, it's for the 15th floor. We live on the 14th floor. So I'm like, no! Do not make me have to go hunting for this thing up on the 15th floor, or it could be down on the 13th floor, because what if she put the 15th floor packages on the 14th floor thinking that she was already on the 15th floor, which then means that she will be putting the 14th floor packages on the 13th floor. So it's like, do I now need to go to the 15th floor, or do I need to be going to the 13th floor? Where is this microphone? And that's when I hear the elevator doors open up again. And she's like, hold on, I made a mistake. It's like, thank goodness. Like, thank goodness. And she just then knocks on the door and she's just like, package for you. I was like, thank you, it's here. Malice was... I immediately called Malice back. It was just like, it's arrived. It's here. It's arrived. We are good. I can now take my shower and go to work. What has happened here? Microphone drama. Yes. So that was the drama with the microphone. So then we get to the actual computer. And I knew in my mind, as I had been watching the UPS updates, they've been letting me know every single time it moved. And so I knew. I was like, all right, when it comes to the computer, it can come in at any time between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. I need to be awake at 9 a.m. just in case they drop it off at that time for whatever reason. So, I was up at 9. Had my phone open to the UPS app at 9 a.m. Was tracking this truck. Hey, Larian, retry. I was tracking this truck ever since it left the facility at 9:43 a.m. And I remember when my mom woke up, I went to her, I was just like, hey, I'm gonna go to the store real quick because I was hungry and I wanted to get some food, didn't want to pay the extra money for delivery. So I was like, I'm gonna go get some food. Can you just listen out for the door? As soon as I got downstairs, I saw the UPS truck across the street from our building. And so I was like, oh, let me try and move fast because they're working in the next building. And so then after they're done there, they might just come across the street and then deliver the packages at our building. So I ran to go and get my food. And then I ran back home. No packages dropped off. Awesome. I will be here to receive it when they drop it off. I then pull up the app and I see the truck on my phone drive from that building away from mine into the next building. And I see this happen for about a good hour when the thought finally occurs to me. I was like, he's probably going around in a circle. So if he started at this building, then that possibly means that mine is the last stop. And I continued tracking this truck from 9 in the morning until everything got here at 7:10 p.m. yesterday. Is it when they deliver the microphone? Is it a mic drop? connection was interrupted. Online features are disabled. Okay, Marion. You know what? I will accept this. I did a whole lot of things yesterday. If my PS5 is having connection issues, I'm okay with that. I moved it into a different corner. There's a whole bunch of other things happening around here. It's getting used to new environments. But I would like, yes, just stop. Just stop. But yes, is it a mic drop? 100% it's a mic drop. Now whether or not it's a drop off or a drop on, that's another question. You know what? When she delivered the microphone, she delivered it like it was a mic drop because she heard me from the other side of the door. I was like, there it is. And she responded to me being like, there you go. And I was like, she knew I was waiting for this. Alright, who just hit me twice? Why I get hit twice? Was it you? I'm assuming it was you. So we're gonna get this good hex right here. Oh yes, I needed to respec, but I can't respec until we get inside the building here. So I'm gonna hit you with that hex. But yeah, you have a bow, so I can way without provoking attack opportunity. Hope this hits. Nope. Gotta love those misses. The sass. Listen, I was not upset. I was like, you know what? In this moment in time, she can sass me. Because it only took her about a minute or two to come back and fix everything. So I was like, you know what? I will accept the sass. I could have been a little bit more patient. You should not have sent me the message letting me know that you were delivering this thing. You could have just dropped it off, and I would have been happy and surprised that it came early. But I mean, they sent me the message, and that's why I was in such the rush. But had I just waited a minute or two longer, all would have been fine. But at the same time, I'm freaking out because this is a damn near $150 microphone that was bought for me. And if I just lost it before even getting to use it, I don't know what I would have done. Okay, I gave a star in 2 short swords, so we're gonna have him just... Yeah. And that's why I was so hyper focused on making sure that I was here for the computer. Because for the computer, I did have to sign for it. And on the UPS app, they do allow you to sign for it ahead of time. But then in my mind, I was like, if I sign for this thing now, whoever's driving that truck is just going to drive away with my new computer and say it's theirs. So I'm going to wait until this guy delivers the thing and then sign for it. And so that's why I'm sitting there just tracking this truck. Like, where is this man going? What is he doing? Who is he talking to? I'm guessing at a point in time, he went and took a lunch break because at a point in time for like a good hour or so, the truck kept on telling me, the app kept on telling me the truck was over in Africa. And I'm like, what? Yeah, exactly. Like, I get it. It might be a useful thing if you live alone and it's just impossible for you to be home when the package is gonna get delivered. Sure, maybe you might want to take a risk with something like that. But this was damn near everything. When you total everything together, the computer desk, microphone, computer, computer tower, new camera, when you total everything together, this full setup was possibly around just a little over $3,000. Maybe around $3,200. The computer alone was about 28 of that $3,200. And so I'm sitting here just being like, no one, no one is going to accidentally walk away with this computer. If I accidentally destroy it, taking it out the box, I can be upset with myself. I'm fine being upset with myself, and I will make that call to Incro and Malice myself. But if someone else destroys it, loses it, or whatever have you, that might be the day I end up in jail. And Jose, I would not ask you to gift that many subs. Jose, you have gifted enough with your presence. I appreciate just being able to talk with you, Jose. What was I doing? Oh yes, it's Shadowheart's turn. What to do with Shadowheart? Okay, we can actually do about 2 things here. So, yes, spiritual weapon's a bonus action. Gonna do that. Spiritual weapons is also a 2-point second level spell slot. So I'm gonna use Bless on myself, and then a star. Alright. Now you need to leave because you're concentrating on a spell, and that's gonna aggro everyone. Yeah, it is. No, it is nice to just sit, have you guys watch, and just we all sit, chat, play some games together. You all have seen me struggle now through Cyberpunk, through now Elden Ring, and here we are with some Baldur's Gate 3. But this also now means with the computer setup that some point in the future, could be Thursday, could be on Friday, could be on Sunday, who knows? But we can now start doing League, we can do Repo, and whatever else the world has in store for us to do. Whose turn? Lae'zel? Alright, Lae'zel. You have the 2-handed weapon, so I'm gonna have you finish this enemy off. Nice. Jump down here. Oh my god. The shenanigans. I don't know if you saw that stream, Jose, but there was one where you weren't there and the laser beam guy was just a bitch. Me and Malice were just talking about some of our favorite monsters to deal with, and I was like, yeah, I like dealing with the laser beam guy. He's not that too much of a problem to deal with. He comes up out of nowhere, immediately offs Malice. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me just revive Malice. We're still on the first drop off. Let me just revive Malice. Yeah, you were watching it. Okay, cool. I take back everything I said about him. He's an asshole. He's the worst one. Trying to kick the cart. Motherfucker was just kicking the cart. And I'm just like, what is happening? I'm like, is he stuck on a wall? And then that's when I heard the little coin sounds. And I was like, motherfucker's kicking the cart. We're losing money. He's kicking the cart. Can you hit that one? Yes, you can. Ah, so close. You almost finished that one off. Aha, you missed, because you get disadvantage when attacking closer. See, if this was Elden Ring, or if we were playing traditional D&D, this is the moment where I would talk to my GM and be like, can I climb onto this branch here and use this as a sniping perch? Baldur's Gate 3 does not allow us to do so. But then again, I can't complain because Baldur's Gate 3 allows us to do a lot of things. He hates capitalistic symbols. Make an acrobatics check. Yeah, you know what? A ranger or rogue with a decent enough dexterity would be able to make that acrobatics check. Y'all hear the church woman? This is what y'all gotta deal with now because I got a good microphone. She is devoted. Oh, I'm gonna have to get soundproofing for my room at some point, aren't I? Because on Fridays and Saturdays, when the traffic is all outside and the trucks are making their deliveries, it gets real loud. And on those days, I'm possibly gonna have to be screaming over some sounds. Alright, let's finish off this one guy over here. I'm not gonna need my hex for him, so let's put my hex on you. I'll attack you next turn. And then finish off this one. You know, man. Oh yeah. That is, we're gonna work on that. And then hopefully I can, oh, maybe I can just get one of those, like, little microphone socks. I keep wanting to look that way, because this is where the chat is. If I could get, like, one of those little, like, microphone socks to put around it to help muffle the sound, that would be better than having to get a whole bunch of soundproofing and just like sticking it all on my windows. Putting a nice sock around the microphone would just be easier and most likely cheaper. Yes, so then y'all don't have to hear that all day, because that that's mild. That's mild because it's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But as you can hear, it is very quickly ramping up. Once we get up to about 1:30, it's gonna be very different. Once we hit about 2 o'clock, I might have to turn up the volume. Sneak attack. Yes, finish that one. Beautiful, beautiful. So we're gonna have Gastarian stealth now. Yes, he can. from down this way. It's funny that you say that because it's like, I tend to, for me it was the opposite. I can't really do quiet neighborhoods. I remember going to college. I went to college in Pennsylvania, and like those first few weeks, that first month living in college, it was dead silent. And legit, like, I could not go to sleep for the first like few weeks. And then one day the college decided they were gonna do construction outside of my dorm. And the construction was like literally just outside of my window. And while everyone else in my dorm was complaining about the noise, myself and the other New Yorkers were all sleeping like babies. We're just like, this is, some people fall asleep to waterfalls. I fall asleep to jackhammers. Like, and that's just the God's honest truth. Wow, she's going in today. And I don't understand Spanish, so for those of you that do understand Spanish, y'all can let me know what she's saying. If y'all can understand it. Ah, yes, Shadowheart. Even with the new patch, you are still missing all of your shots. Some things will never change. The louder you yell, the more Jesus hears. So at this point, if that's the case, then at this point, Jesus is just ignoring all of us. Because let me tell you, I'm pretty sure he can hear that woman. I'm on the 14th floor of a 32-story building. If y'all can hear her from here, I'm pretty sure God can hear her. And then not only can we hear her clearly, but she is also shouting over the sounds of New York. So she is now being louder than New York City itself. Because she's all I can hear. She does have a microphone, though. She has a microphone and a loudspeaker. But still. I still hear her more than the loudspeaker. He's like a New Yorker. Helps him sleep. Yeah! Exactly. Alright. So we're gonna have Lae'zel finish off one of these guys. If she can. Dash. Yes, we can. So we're gonna dash. Action surge. Have her jump over there. Beautiful. Precision strike, because I did a lot to get here. I don't want you to miss this attack, please. Nope, don't hit him. We need him. Okay. You're still pretty full. Let's finish you off. Nice. Alright. Okay, she's good. Who is... You're in pretty bad shape. You're also in pretty bad shape. Alright, one of you two may die. I'm gonna let it be you, because you're the one that has the dialogue. Sub goal, 200 subs to bring her on as a guest on stream! Oh man. If we bring her on as a guest on stream, she's gonna be doing that in this room. And then y'all definitely will be hearing her then. And I have it turned off. Let's see. Does that help? Kind of, I guess. Ah, wait. Wait. Does that help? Do you still hear her? Wait, hold on. I don't hear her on my end. Do y'all still hear her? Because at least these headphones of mine, they play back all the things that I think y'all can hear. So I currently hear my own voice as I'm talking to all of y'all. Alright, hold on. So then let me. No, 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 no. How about now? Still a bit, but not as much. No change. How about now? How is that? Can you hear me? Can you still hear me fine? Okay, so then we're gonna. I'm gonna slowly turn this up, and then you let me know when you can hear her. Jose is helping me with my audio issues. Do you hear her now? Okay, so if I put it slightly below that level. Do you still hear her now? All right, I'm thinking. I'm not sure, mommy is. Uh oh. Uh oh. Is it the good swearing? Uh oh. Who pissed off Malice? Wait, hold up. Wait, hold up. Because now that we have a actual decent computer, I could be in Malice's stream. You all get to see the chaos that I do now. This is me being chaotic. But let me actually go back to doing what I do. Perfect. Well, I'm gonna turn it back up slightly. Because it sounds like now, right as I get this all adjusted, it sounds like she's now done with her sermon. Okay, let's continue with our game here. Which one is the lowest health? You have 27, you have 31, but the axe is not gonna reach that guy. So go for this one. Oh, that was a good hit. That was a really good hit. Okay.
Time to press ahead.
Okay, I'm about to say, I'm still dual wielding, right? Because I want to be dual wielding. But yeah, I should also still get that little microphone sock. Because then, yeah, that'll help just muffle out some more of the sound. And it also will help my sound come out more smoothly, so then it's not spiking. If the microphone is spiking when I speak, I don't know if it is or not. Okay, you got 35, you got 31. But I want to save him. So actually, we can try to save him, but I'm too far. Ooh, critical hit. Why are you using throw on me? Oh, wait, I know why. Yep, he's throwing a healing potion. I was like, sometimes the NPCs in this game will do that. It's just like toss you a healing potion. Sneak attack ranged. Yes. Finish it. Yes, Astarion. Okay. Alright, Shadowheart, I think we can possibly get everyone alive out of this battle. Possibly. Okay, gotta get Shadowheart closer. Alright, alright. You're the one who's low on health. You go up next, and it's you. And then it's Lace out. Okay, which one? Aid could be useful, actually. How far does aid go? Aid does not go far enough. Crud. I forgot I had the spell. Please work. Please work. Please work. Please work. Yes! Alright, it is groveling. We are good. We are good. Attack him. Yep, there you go. Ah, yes. It wasted its turn, so now we just precision attack. And boom. We saved everyone. Alright. Now for the fun part. Looting the corpses. Give me all that. What time is it? It's 1:16. How long have I been going for?
I need to keep sharp.
Everyone. Yes. For now. For now. Although I will be honest, I may, sure, like, I may be willing to do like I wanted to do just like the somewhat a mostly good run this time around, because assuming that like Malice and I were going to still play this together, possibly. So then, if we do, it's gonna save off the evil playthrough for when we do that. I don't think we're gonna go like hardcore evil, but like mostly slightly evil. However, for this playthrough, if we don't end up doing that, well then, yeah. If we don't end up doing that, I might do a second playthrough of this game for you all, and then we can do an evil playthrough. I also tend to not like evil playthroughs, and it's a lot of the times it's just because the evil playthroughs are just not rewarding, and then because they're not that rewarding, they're just kind of boring in the end. And I mean, especially with Baldur's Gate 3, it can be heavily punishing if you do a full evil playthrough. So, mostly if you choose the goblins over the druids. Choosing the goblins over the druids I say legit cuts you out of like a good 30%, 40% maybe of like the game's content. Anyone else got there? Oh, how can I forget Warg? Oh, how can I forget the Goblin Tracker? Alright, so we are over encumbered. So actually, yeah, let's just send all these things to Lazo. Actually, I want to keep the knives, the daggers, because those are good for throwing. So, like, just in case anyone needs to throw something for whatever reason. But all of these, like the clubs, the scimitars, axes, yeah. And we keep the javelins, but I'll give the javelins to Liz. And keep the javelins. Anything that is intended for throwing, we're gonna keep. Anything that is intended for selling, well, goes to Lisa. Sent to Lisa. Alright, no longer encumbered. Yeah. Well, you should take the S off of that evil companions. They only gave us one evil companion. And let's be honest, a lot of people only chose the evil playthrough simply to have a night with her.
There are children here, you fool! For our lives. You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable!
Yes.
You up and spit you out. Show some respect. This man saved your pathetic life. Well, I didn't ask for any goddamn help. Please, you were begging me to open the gate.
What I
Anything
will
to
say
save
though,
yourself,
the one thing
you
that is
coward.
very much worth it though, is the disguise self spell. I do want to pick that spell up at some point in this game. Mostly because with the disguise self spell, you can change. The game treats the disguise self spell as it is an actual shape-shifting spell and not an illusion spell like it's supposed to be. So our character can actually change their race using that spell, and then in doing so, it opens up other dialogue options. So if I had used the spell in this situation to make my guy a tiefling, I would have had the tiefling dialogue options instead of the Githyanki dialogue options, and that would have been that's pretty fun for if you were someone who very much likes role-playing in this game. Yes. 'Cause my character is a Githyanki. He's the Dark Urge. Intimidation is his love language. Which means, you know what? I probably don't need to put up. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I think they're terrified.
Enough! Squabbling is pointless. The goblins have found us. At least we agree on that.
Goblins could be on their way.
So when you... I just remembered I am doing the Dark Urge playthrough. Yes, so when you start up the game, when you're selecting your character, hold on, I can show you real quick. save. Let me just save it here. Mm-mm. Oh, that's right. I need to turn that feature off, I think. Can't load right now. Game is currently syncing. Yeah, the game's not going to be able to sync. You can stop syncing game. I'm going to keep on syncing. I don't care what you do at this point. Yeah. Oh, okay, I thought you were asking me how you do the Dirge playthrough. But yeah, no, I love. Well, I mostly love doing the Dark Urge playthrough because one, I want my character to be the main character. I don't want to play the other companions' origin stories, and like, well, I do want to play their, I do, and I kind of don't. Because I feel like from what I've seen of the companions' origin stories, it does not really. Okay. Game was. Yeah. Oh yes. She has She has returned. Oh. What was I saying? Oh yes, but I like. From what I've learned of the companion backstories, does not really add too much to the game. Let me see if I can just. Because that's gonna get annoying. Let me just turn off the syncing options. Is that an automatic thing that happens? Karmic Dice is on. Yeah, cancel. Cross save is on. That's fine. Auto save is on. When enabled, your files are uploaded to Larian servers. Yes, turn that off. Yes, okay. Stop trying to sync. Oh, you kicked me out the game. Jesus Christ. Yeah, cross saves off. Are you still trying to sync? Stop syncing. But yes, anyway. Doing the, from what I can gather, doing the companion backstories did not add too much to their stories as a whole. Like, it gave you a few new mechanics and things to play around with, but it didn't really change too much about the games themselves.
Thank you for your help.
However,
I'm Zevlor.
if you are someone who likes creating their own character and, you know, playing out a story for your own character, the Dark Urge feels just like that. I'm Zivio TTV.
Well met. I should warn you, see to it quickly. The druids are forcing everyone out. This attack will only strengthen their resolve. There have been several attacks by different monsters.
Yeah, I
The
like that.
druids
Playing as the
playing
Dark
us
Urge gives our main
outsiders,
character
drawing them here.
a bit more of importance,
Nobody's
makes them
welcome
fit
anymore.
a bit more in
They've
the world.
started a ritual.
Because then without the
to
Dark
cut the
Urge
grove
background,
off from the world outside.
it's just like,
we can't stay.
oh yeah, you know, our
But we'll be
character's just
slaughtered if we
a
leave.
random person that got
We're no
kidnapped
fighters.
and thrown into all of this chaos. But then it's like, when you play the Dark Urge, then it's like, no. Your character was a part of this chaos. And then something happened. And then that something also gives us a connection to two of this game's potentially like 5 big bad villains. Well, actually, this gives us a connection to 3 of those big bad villains. I knew
Goblin
you.
got you. The druid Halsin's a renowned healer, but he didn't make it back from Aradin's expedition. If it's not too serious, you could try his apprentice Nettie. She's with the other druids in the Inner Grove. They've withdrawn there to prepare this damn ritual of theirs. We are refugees from Elturel. We took shelter here after gnomes attacked us on the road. We were bound for Baldur's Gate, and it was too late to turn back. Elturel had no place for tieflings after the descent.
The Descent, an infernal conspiracy that had seen the entire city of Elturel briefly dragged to the Hells.
Jesus Christ! Maybe your people should have stayed in hell. My goodness.
So I hoped, but we've lost so many already, and more will die if we're forced out again. I've tried. Korga, their new first druid, won't even see me. You, though. I know it's not your business, but she owes you for saving this place. Perhaps you could persuade her for more time to prepare, if nothing else.
Alright. Alright, and there goes the music. So we're gonna turn down my microphone a little bit more. Here we go. Especially if these guys are gonna be playing church music. Some of you are not religious. Some of you celebrate other religions. You should not have to be listening to that every single time I stream. Of course, the two of you disapprove. The two of you disapprove
If we're forced
of
to
helping
leave now,
anyone.
we won't make it to the city. You'll find the
Starian,
druids at the heart of the grove.
Starian, somehow you are the more murderous one when compared to Lae'zel.
Before more lives are lost.
And Lae'zel wants to attack literally like everything that moves. Okay. Talk to this guy here.
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met. And thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long.
It's weird to not have, you know, for my device to not be overheating currently. By this point in time, my laptop would have been in the heating range.
It's drastic, but more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day. We druids will be safe. As for those that took refuge here, well, may Sylvanas guard them as they continue their travels.
Feels nice to not be on edge the entire time, being like, anytime it sputters or skips or stops, it's like, oh, is today the day? Is this the day I no longer have a computer? Dire times,
You
high
sound
stakes.
just like Korga. But it had to come to this. I pray to Sylvanas each night. The Wildfather will protect those refugees. I hope. Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
Kolga's the last person I want to be compared to. Alright, we're gonna sell a number of these things. Goblin bows, goblin scimitars, the axes, the longsword, the maces, the quarterstaff, the rapier, that scimitar, all of the bows. Oh, you're out of gold. Okay, need to buy some things from you. Give me this. Nope, nope, don't want that. That's a roasted turkey. Give me that turkey. Rogue's morsel. Do you have any hand crossbows? Once per short rest, regain a level 1 spell slot. That's for spell slots, not for pack slots. Deals an additional 1 to 4 slashing damage to burning targets. Actually, not pretty bad. I can think of a few fun. Okay, this character of mine is gonna have to heavily rely on scrolls since I don't have a whole lot of spell slots. And Scroll of Scorching Ray. Scorching Ray is a scroll that can come in very handy for this character of mine. I don't care for burning things. Ray of Frost is another good one that can be Shatter. Yeah, give me the Shatter spell. I want that, and I will, you know what, yeah. I'll trade you Shatter for the 2 Burning Hand spells. Keep Grease. Scroll of Protection from Evil and Good. Okay. Ah, yes, the Ring of Flinging. We need that. Okay. Now we can sell these protection scrolls. Okay. Sell. Boom. Yes. Buy those. Thieves' tools and get that. Amazing. I am most likely gonna forget to use that. I know myself. I'm not gonna remember that. Key. Sell those. Keeping the throwables. Sell shield. Random necklaces that do nothing. All of the books. Got that. The random bones. Sure. To the bottles. Why do I have a candle? I don't even know when I picked that up. Sure. Yeah, critical cups. Sell a jug. Mug. Keep the onyx. We're gonna keep that plate. We're gonna keep that plate. We can sell these can keep that ingot. Just get rid of. Oh, actually. And get rid of those. Or I might give that to Astarion. It only deals 1 damage when you sell this. That's good for selling later. Sell those. Okay, sell the water. So water surprisingly does not give any camp supplies. And you do not have enough to accept the Ray of Enfeeblement. Okay,
Sylvanas got.
I've done trading with you. Wait, so that means I now have how much gold?
We don't even know these.
I only have 812.
That doesn't matter.
Of course it does. You would choose strangers over us.
Not what I said.
Can you stop shouting? No?
Okay, actually, hold on. I know exactly what spell I want. I first need to get to 1,000 gold. Y'all can stay there. Hold up. I don't want to talk to witches yet. After playing Elden Ring, my body wants to hold down circle to sprint, but there is no sprinting in this game. Okay, need to talk to you. Gammon!
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any,
You become a very
just ask.
important person
My
later.
selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel.
Okay.
Of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter tinsmith before Elturel fell into Avernus. These days my talents are more eclectic. Learned a lot in my time in the Hells. Hope to forget most of it. But between you and me, there's nothing in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery. Alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
Is that the safeguard shield? No, give me that. Hand crossbow? Yes, it is. I'll take that. Do you have another? Is that another? Oh, it's a light crossbow. I was about to say 2 hand crossbows. Alright, Astarion. You got some fun toys. Got you not one. Got your new hand crossbow. Is that also? No, that's a light crossbow. And that's also a light crossbow. Okay. Diamond, I need your gold. So, if you want so I'm going to start it. Okay, no. The oil of accuracy is not bad. I just don't use it too often. I'm gonna sell that. Basic poison, yeah, I sell that. Revivify scrolls, we keep those. Other armor. Sell the leather armor. Sell the silver robes. Sell the ruffled hat. Leather gloves. Okay, now we can sell some of these other things. Just, you know, you could use the jade and the silver ingot and the topaz. music, please. So now, Cameron. I would just hold on to that holy water, because you know what? I know a fight that I can use that for. It's simple as that. Wait, do you hear it now? Do you hear the music now? But then how low is my voice now? My voice is probably very low. Hold on. Alrighty. Basic poison, sell that.
Damn trees. We're exposed.
Alright, we have a thousand. So now we're gonna go and yes, take on all the rest.
There are important matters to discuss.
Be with you in a moment. Indulging in a spot of vanity. Handsome devil, aren't I? Be that as it may.
Ceramorphosis. What does it make you think of? Not the prettiest of transmutations, is it? Day 1, fever and memory loss. Day 2, hallucinations and graying skin. Day 3, hair loss and blood leaking from all orifices. Need to go on? My point is this. Our orifices remain blissfully unblooded, our heads remain clear, and our blood temperature normal. Any expert will agree this is abnormal. What is happening, or rather not happening to us, is entirely undocumented. Uncharted territory. The silence before the storm. Something to sleep on. We should get some rest.
Abominations grow inside us. Our bones should ache. Our mouths should bleed. Yet we thrive. It is madness. Keep your rest short. Time is not our ally.
I saw you getting a lecture
Checking
from
with
our
everyone.
magical friend.
See how they're doing.
I have to say, I thought you'd look worse, but no. Not a tentacle to be seen.
Alright, there you go. Perfect. That's what everyone's saying it is.
It's unexpected, but we shan't complain. I'm not taking anything for granted, of course. First sign of change, and I'll have to stop that pretty little heart of yours. I am open to suggestions. Knives, poison, strangulation, whatever you'd prefer.
Alrighty. Oh, dude. Wait a minute. Here we go.
A classic. One good thrust to the heart and you're gone. We need a good blade, of course. Don't want to waste time hacking and prodding with a dinner knife. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is all a worst-case scenario, obviously.
All can be seen. Settings will be played with eventually. I'm really excited to just have this for today. And you.
Oh, my boy. I'd like to see you try. Now, let's get some rest. The sooner we start tomorrow.
Oh, Starion. We are just kindred murderers. Did not want to take that.
I couldn't help but overhear. Well, alright, I could have helped, but didn't. Anyway, I feel the same. Other than the occasional mental exchange, it's almost as if we're not infected. The voice on the ship told me I'd become a beautiful weapon. What do you think it meant?
I've never had some of these I've never had these interactions before with some of them, so I've never seen shit. It's like, you know, I couldn't help but overhear. Well, I mean, I could overhear, but I just wasn't. I've never seen Shadowheart have that interaction with my character before.
Agreed. We can't take the lack of symptoms for granted. All right. I've kept you from your blanket long enough. Rest well.
Oh, goodness.
We meet again, as predicted. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
You were.
Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny. For a mere pittance of coin,
Hey, Hells,
I
thanks
might
for the follow.
summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking.
Yep. Okay.
Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more.
Sorry, just checking these settings. And look very ugly doing it. Jesus Christ.
Indeed. Farewell. thou require a new ally?
I would like to
As
change-
thou
oh, it's
desire.
only 100 to change the class. I thought it was 1,000. Oh, love this. Okay, so we're literally making the most minor of minor changes. Picking up axe and shield. Yes, that's all staying the same. That all stays the same. Yes, that can all stay the same. Yes. We are going to then take those two spells. Agonizing Blast. Not Beguiling Influence. So because we're not gonna take Beguiling Influence, because we already have the Githyanki ability that is increasing our thing. What is it? It increases our deception and persuasion already. So, and then there is a lot of fun that can be had with Disguise Self, actually. And I can still get Devil Sight later on. Here are the things I know I want. I know I want Devil Sight, Mask of Many Faces, and then Repellent Blast. But then, don't need to worry about darkness until we get to the Underdark section of the game. By that, I should have Hunger of Hadar, so getting Repellent Blast will be useful. Alright. Agonizing Blast. What do you all think? Devil Sight or Mask of Many Faces? Yeah, let's do the Devil Sight. During those spells, I can now take a Misty Step. We're gonna go Pact of the Tones, I can have Guidance. Wait. Because I now have Devil Sight, I could replace Aura of Gathers with Darkness. Excuse me. Wow. Have it there. Misty Step right there. Boom. This feels nice. This feels nice. Because then I can get myself proficiency. Yep. These unfortunately means I am not the rogue of the group. So we will need a rogue. A rouge.
Trust no one.
At least for the time being.
Ah, I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast. As thou desires.
I'ma do the change with just my one character for now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I think I made a mistake already. Okay, please don't let me. Oh, I hope that character still lives. Okay. Alright, we're good. I forgot that I was playing Dark Urge, and so I was like, wait, I hope the character that I want to live is still alive. But the cutscene that we're supposed to play did not play yet, so we're good. We are good. Making sure. The tower's good. Should get a better light. Cause now the light's just making it look very bright. But then my lamp is also very strong, man. That's its lowest setting. What's this Zoru character? I'm trying to steal things. Get in trouble
More
already.
of them. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Shadowheart disappears.
Lower. You dare interrupt?
I
Has
do.
the tadpole
I
ravaged
do,
your senses?
Lae'zel. Already stepping on Lae'zel's toes.
Thanks.
See,
What do you want from me?
a little trolling is okay. But then she took it too far when she wanted him on his knees.
On the road to Baldur's Gate. Saw us for we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly. Straight to the other side. And I just ran.
The map. Show me.
Ah. Thanks for your help. And
No hard
apologies.
feelings.
The last time a subordinate questioned my judgment, I ate tongue stew that very night.
I warned you, didn't I? You ought to reconsider keeping her around
God,
before she
that's-
causes real trouble.
Chinese. will approach with respect.
Kenyak, your tantrum proves you no wiser than a hatchling. The teethling was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait. I am unfamiliar with the... well, I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps.
We leave. Lae'zel's not terrible. She just does not.
Children!
She's just not
Look
used
who's
to
here.
following orders.
Go on. Give me a best shot.
And she thinks that this situation puts her in a position where...
Not bad.
Well, no, she's not
Again.
used to leading. And she thinks this situation puts her in a position where she should be the one taking the lead, being that it is a mind flare situation.
I can't do it.
And it's
I'm
like,
not
no,
like
there are
you.
other individuals here who know about
Umi.
mind flares as well.
I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this. You're on the right path, Umi. Go on now. Practice what you've learned. Well met. The blade of frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the blade of frontiers racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held high.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship.
Thank God
Better
I knew
friends
all
than the
friends I
ones
could get.
hitching a ride in our skulls, at least. I'm sure you know the stories. Doomed to shed our skin and become illithid. They say there's no coming back. But we
So
haven't
they say.
sprouted any tentacles. Not yet, anyway.
Prove them wrong.
Could just be good luck. I'm not so...
Your minds collide once more. Will chases the fiend ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil. A threat to the living. Evil incarnate.
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli.
Advocatus Diaboli. A devil's advocate. A champion in the blood war between diabolical forces and demons.
Her name is Karlak, an archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill. I tracked her through the hells to the Mind Flayer ship, but the damned Illithids infected me before I could end her. She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses. Sorry, but there's no room for me.
Meet me
A
at
splendid
camp.
plan. We'll talk.
Oh no, I should have tried to take Lae'zel's place. Okay, wait, we're gonna have him take Lae'zel's place. But technically, he should be taking Estonia's place. And
Please,
then I
let us
can
through.
take
It is
Lae'zel's
forbidden.
place.
Let my daughter go right now!
She's a thief, Hellspawn. And you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Mragrashem, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
Come, Magrin. Give him a chance.
He's supposed to
You,
be
get
scaring me,
back.
but the bear looks like he's wanting to like give me a high five, like, Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Keep
Go
back!
back.
Force my hand and I'll show you its claws.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh, I understand. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
I do wish I could understand him.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
One of these.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
A death viper. You've milked their poison before. A single drop of it could kill that child in a heartbeat.
She's a parasite. She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
The snake's hiss of approval reveals its intentions. Should the child struggle, it is poised to strike. The death of a child. A timeless tragedy that never grows old.
Curious. Was that at least a 12? Hey, I'll take a 16.
Halsin is gone. I am First Druid now. I will take control and prove my authority.
Her life matters more than satiating your dark fantasies. You focus, and they're gone. But clearly this child's life is in danger.
Haha. Fight her with her own words. Knowledge, intelligence. Cause I need that. I needed that.
I hear the Tree Father's spirit in your words. It is as you say. Sifisif, Tila, to me. Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
It hurts.
Thank you, Korga. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
Okay. Need to use the restroom, friends. So we're gonna take our break here. So you all go use the restrooms yourself, get a snack, get a drink of water, and we will all be back in a little bit. back. Gonna go for just a little bit longer, and then just maybe like another 20-30 minutes. Wrap up some of these conversations.
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in pain before. Let's just clear the air about that now. It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to live with. Quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But it always passes quickly, so I can manage. Positive. You can trust me on that.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster? Yes, you would say so. I know your kind. You see only villains and victims. A viper bears her fangs defending her brood. I call her mother. You call her monster. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanas, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders. And mine perish if he stays. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike. You will do more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
Wolves, Shadowheart.
Everyone's frightened of something. I suppose you've noticed I'm not terribly fond of wolves. They're ravenous predators with fangs like daggers. It's hardly an irrational fear to harbor. You've been decent to me so far. Maybe if you can, don't make me face any more of them. At least, not alone. Thank you. I had a feeling you'd be understanding.
I see you. Just give me a moment. Got our field mouse. No one's more important than the patient in front of you.
This medicatrix.
There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed? You found her, but I still don't know what she can do for you. Why are you asking? Did it look like a tadpole? But from your worst nightmare? All slime, teeth, and tentacles. That's a serious condition. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick. This way.
There's something in that vessel. Take a closer look.
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after. Seems so. Gave Master Halsin a right start. It's why he joined the adventurers on their expedition. To find out what was happening. A pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things. Studied them. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
I will remain. I have a vested interest in the outcome.
All right. Let's see what we can do. It might. But first things first. Tell me about your symptoms. Have you noticed anything strange happening? It recognized you as being infected. Well now, that's something. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening. A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms. The thorn? Coated in a fatal toxin. It was a last resort, in case I couldn't trust you. I don't have a cure. Only a way out.
Poison me.
I'm sorry for misleading you, but I had to be sure you weren't a threat before I told you everything. Now, do I have your word or not? But you have to. Don't you understand? You could kill us all. Then I've no choice. I'm sorry.
She attacked us.
Let's go.
I can't be threatened. Okay. One miss.
Never a dull moment.
They're hit. Nice.
What should I do?
Time to strike. Taste my fury.
Could have been worse, I suppose. At least she didn't just attack.
Nice. gonna end it here for today. Testing out the new computer, the whole new setup, getting to show you all, and it's gonna be a great time. And now, the fact that I do have a whole setup, I can start joining in and then having some more fun with the larger streaming community on Twitch. So then, with that being said, there is another streamer who is currently doing some playing some Baldur's Gate 3. So then, if you all would like to, just continue watching some more BG3 on his channel, and then hopefully it all works out. You know, trying to spread the love and just, like I said, join the larger Twitch community. But with that being said, I hope you all have a good day. For those of you that have joined me, thanks for coming. For those of you that might have fallen asleep on me, well, I hope you all have some sweet dreams. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks for coming.